No. I have to learn to say the word no. I do not do a good job of saying the word no. Always trying to help. And like Bishop T.D. Jakes says, well, I'll paraphrase it to add it to my own little way. I think from my experience, and I think that's what, end quote, his word is experience. I think from my experience, always being helpful is not always a good thing. I have to learn how to say no. And sometimes some people feel like they can talk to you any way they want to. And they're not fully aware, or they feel like they can treat you any way they want to. And sometimes they may not have any understanding of what you might do or who you are. Now, I've told everybody that listens to the sound of my voice, by trade, I'm a quiet man. I'm a thinker. And it's tough sometimes to be a thinker and a blah, 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 and a talker. I'm a thinker. I'm a calculator. I'm a craftsman. I'm a technician. And I'm tough. Tougher than leather. But I gotta learn how to say the word no. Now, I've done this before. Somewhere in these nearly 700 videos that I've done. You can go back and check them out, but if you want to, if you don't have anything else to do with your life. But I'm just teaching lessons. Sometimes you have to learn how to say no. Now, where it gets to be confusing to me at is, when do you learn to say it? When do I learn to say it? Sometimes I do believe people feel like they can say or treat, me, I'm going to say, any kind of way they feel like it. But I will say this. How many minutes are we in? We're not 5 minutes in yet. But we're like 3 minutes in. But I'm going to say it at the 3-minute mark because it's just the truth. I'm going to tell anybody listening to the sound of my voice, if you feel like taking advantage of me, if you feel, and you're doing it because you're experienced in such a thing, and you say, oh man, he's a nice guy, and this can be any species on this planet. Oh, he's a nice guy, I'm going to run over him. Or in some tattletale like situation, I'm going to throw him under the bus. Or if you're just feeling like justice is something that's going to save you, I think we're getting closer to the 5-minute mark, and most of the fake people have checked out by now. That may not be entirely true. My first thought process is violence. That's my first thought as I sit in a corner somewhere in my life trying to help other people. My environment that I was raised in is a trigger for a source of violence first. The initial thought coming out of the chute up the pipe first is violence. And the ability to strike first will always gain me a super advantage because it's going to come out of nowhere. And because I'm a goody two-shoe, square, he's not going to hurt a fly because he is nothing but helpful, can be the undoing. But I got good news. You know, God has me, from experience, realizing the downfalls of such a trigger, which means there's an alert that goes on after. This is why being a thinker is one of my top priorities. Now, I will help you if you were stuck downtown and if you call me and you need a ride 2 o'clock in the morning, even though I would have to be up by 6 something, 6, I still would come and get you, probably. But if I start to get a taste in my throat or in my mouth or on the tip of my tongue that you are in some type of a way trying to be violated or violate me or be negative or something towards me based off of my own premises, not God's. If you look at the front of my thing, I said, God is, I ain't. I have to learn how to say the word no. Because other than that, like a ram that's on the side of a mountain, they try to bang heads with me and push me off the side of the cliff. Now, for me, for the life of me, and the Spirit of God that's in me, I ask my own self this question. Why would anybody attempt such a thing? Because it literally, in my opinion, is a homicide move. It really is a homicide. Don't let me fool you with all of these Mr. Roger speeches, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, and I'll look at you with a steely eye, and I definitely mean it. I am looking dead through you, right into your soul, piercing into your soul, to get a make on who this character is and what role they're trying to play. Then I'll try to have a private consultation with God to try to figure out what is this person's destiny or what are they trying to do to me. It's about respect. I am 3,000% about respect. If you ever meet me, or if I ever meet you, no matter where you at or what you're doing, I would speak. I would speak. And I would mean it. Because I was raised in a fashion where I speak. Now, some people don't speak. So obviously there must be something good in not speaking. Because you can't imagine, if speaking is a good thing, then why wouldn't everybody do it? So now, are you telling me that people are designed to be evil if that's the case? Now, I'm not good. It's just in my last name. The good always win, not me. But I have to learn how to say the word no. I'm a quiet man, I'm a listener. And I'm way ahead of my game. Way ahead of it. This world is a rerun to me, just like Ving Rhames said in Baby Boy. And a shout out to Ving Rhames. Y'all might want to visualize me naked in the kitchen with my shoulders hunched over, sliding forward, making something to eat, holding a butter knife or something in my hand, saying this is a rerun. You are looking at a bored man. You're listening to a bored man who knows everything. I know sorrow. I know joy. I know riches. I know it. I know pleasure. I know discomfort. I know cancer. I know diabetes. I know people who need, I know insulin shots and stuff like that. I know things. But I have to learn how to say the word no. Saying the word no is what's going to save me. I've already cut off the supply of a number of people. At this stage, they probably don't even know it. Because what I've learned about folks is, and which is okay, they don't check on you anyway. I've actually cut people off already. I'm big on respect. I respect other people, and I definitely expect respect. And I would, if need be, lash or strike in a way that is protective for the kingdom of Motell Granite. Sure would. But I have to learn how to say no. I have to learn how to say no.